It seems to work over 5/8 time. And that's all I have to say, really. And at this point, any questions? I'm better at answering questions than I am like talking. No, it's not really necessary any longer. I wish I could, because it's great fun. I mean, I enjoy playing drums, even though that's not really necessary any longer.
You know, with the way you do it, it is.
With sequencers, humble drummers can accomplish great things on a keyboard. And so I would love to be able to play piano, but it's not really necessary anymore.
Yes? Yeah, I was told, you know, with your study of African drums and ethnic drumming, is how you created, I guess, your reggae, how you brought your concept into the music you use. Could you show, I guess, how you made the transfer from the drums that you used to listen to onto the drum set, or just demonstrates, you know, your style that you're known?
Yeah, okay, I can show you a reggae rhythm or two. They didn't come so much from Africa,
yeah,
as much as the Middle East. A combination of kind of Middle Eastern music and Caribbean music. This kind of emphasis on the downbeat in the place where rock and roll never puts it, which is really what the whole trick of reggae is. It's like putting the downbeat somewhere where you don't expect it to be, and where you expect there to be a downbeat, there's a hole, and sort of at least go like that. It's very difficult to play without an upbeat guitar. So one of the things about reggae is that it's a community rhythm. It takes more than just drums to create a reggae rhythm. You actually have to have the upbeat on the guitar playing before the actual reggae rhythm sounds like it. And the downbeat someday, well, I'll try it. You can supply the upbeat in your imagination. The classic reggae beat is, of course, this one. Just sites incidentally. Main support. Really on. Keeps you on course. Just see if you can get it on the hi-hat only. And you get into cross rhythms with yourself. You know, it comes back at you. So you can actually, once again, play less and get paid more. Okay, any other questions?
well, first one, exactly. But I normally use wooden sticks. Yeah, and it's not for the sound or anything like that, but these guys tend to come off.
Yeah.
Which is, well, the wooden sticks break as well, okay, but that's just one less thing that can go wrong with stick. Sure.
When you recorded these, using machines to start with that had we locked into it.
Yeah, I did. There's a lot of thought about drum machines.
Are you using it as a click? Did you ever do that with your hands?
Yeah, I do. I do use a click. Sorry, folks. Not all the time. I suppose, you know, like Murder by Numbers, no click. One World Not Free, no click. Well, you know, about half the numbers, no click. But some of them not only use a click, but you hear the electronic drums at the end of the day. And it's a thing with drum boxes. It's like a great threat to drummers. I have met really, you know, drummers in pop bands in a bar on tour, faces like that, you know, because they're not working anymore because they didn't play on the last album at all because it was done by a drum box. And the lesson there is that the drummer should have owned the drum box. If it was his drum box, he would have been contributing his, you know, his input as rhythmatist. And the drummer has to regard himself as more than just the guy who hits the drums. He has to be like the rhythm expert of the band. He has a much more, you know, that's all he really thinks about is how the rhythms lock together. And the drum box is a really important tool. And in fact, it's a real blessing for the drummer because it means that you all know what it's like. In the first days of the recording, the drummer's got to get it right. The rest of the band aren't really even playing because they know they're going to overdub all their parts. The drummer's got to get it right. And he's like the first guy who's got to warm up and get the sound and everything like that. And you can't overdub or anything like that because it's really hard to drop in and out on drums. And you're taking up 6 to 9 tracks or 16 in some cases. So what the drum box means is the bass player and the guitarist and, you know, the rest of the band can put down their parts. You know, the tempo, so you don't argue about the comfortable tempo for everybody to sing and play and stuff. You can put it down, and then at the end of the day, just like all the other people, all the, you know, all the grown-ups, you can go and you can overdub it as well, just like the best of them. You can overdub your hi-hat by itself. You can overdub the whole kit if you want. You know, you can still play with the band because some tracks just work better like that. But it really sets free that horrible first week of recording when you're stuck, like having to get it right. And I never get it right in the first week. And so I was really happy when the drum box came along and relieved a lot of that pressure on the first week. It also means that there's something you can do for the rest of the recording session. You don't like having done your drums and then you're like sitting around watching everybody else do their thing. Drum boxes are a great tool. They'll never replace live drums because just drums are more exciting to watch than machines. But they're a useful tool. The first member of the band who should go out and get a drum box is the drummer, because he's the guy who knows how to program the thing and has a feel for, you know, how rhythms can be used. Any more? Yeah, well, another thing, on stage with my band, I was able to have Mr. Oberheim play like the main part of the rhythm. A song like King of Pain, for instance, the drum box played the rhythm in the introduction of the song. I came in like halfway through, but it meant that I could go up to the backstage and got another drum set behind it, like bells and xylophones and stuff like that I could screw around with. And I also use drums a lot as overdubs, like just a cymbal by itself can really have a lot more effect than a drummer playing his drums and, you know, trying to get it right. Because you get used to like a really locked-in feel of a drum box, and once that feel is down there on tape, it's actually quite difficult for the drummer to pick it up and sound as good, even the best of them. But what you can do is like augment it. Things like Every Breath You Take is a DMX bass drum and live, you know, just a snare drum and a huge gong drum, a common like gong drum that's on a stand. Bam, bam. And that's all I had to play. And it's amazing how much feel goes into that. It's like tambourine is really hard to play. Bam. And then you just overdub the hi-hat. Of course, you don't want to do every track like that because it's kind of separate. It's not, you know, it's just like a different way of doing different tracks. And I'm in favor of as many different approaches to doing things as possible. I see it here.
Yeah, sometimes